from Scrimpingmommy.co.uk, and today we're going to make an imposter treat box. They're not impossible at all, they're super easy. This is not my design, these have been around for a very, very long time. And they seem to come in and out of favour, and you'll see people all over making them, and then they disappear for a few years, and then they seem to have made a bit of a comeback. So I thought I'd share one with you. And so we're going to start with a piece of cardstock, and on the short side it needs to be 7.5, and on the long side it needs to be 10.5. 10.5. Alright, and then we're going to do some scoring. So on the short side we're going to score first of all at 1 inch. Let me move some stuff over on my desk. And the great thing about the new Stampin' Up trimmer, of course, is that you can score on it, and I do love the score blade. It's like a little metal wheel. It's brilliant. Okay, so 1 inch, and then we're going to 2 1/4, and then we're going to 3 1/2, and then we're going to 6. So I'll just repeat that. Short side, 1 inch, 2 1/4, 3 1/2, and 6. Then we're going to turn it on the long side, okay? And first of all, we're going to score at 1/2 inch. Let me just make sure that's lined up nicely. 1/2 inch, and then we're going to 3. Okay, and then we're going to 5 1/2. And 8. Let's get that lined up nicely. Alrighty, perfect. So what we're going to do now is we're going to fold and burnish all of these score lines. Okay. I'd use thick Whisper White cardstock here because I want it to be nice and sturdy. Okay. I'm just going to fold and burnish it all the same way to start with. One of the lines does fold the other way. I'm not going to get all anal about scoring it on the reverse side, and because I think it's confusing for people when you're doing a tutorial. So I'm just doing them all the same way, and then we'll just fold that one line a different way. I'm not going to worry about it. Right, so we've got that so far. Alright, so what we want to do now is we've got the slim section to our side there, alright, and the 1 inch section at the top. So that folds over, okay, like that. Give that a score. And then the next line wants to fold inwards as well, okay, like that. And then these all fold the other way. So you've just got that middle one, that one there, which is the second score line from the top wants to be in, okay, and the rest of them are the other way. Alright, but for now we're just going to fold that over. Alright, we're going to get the second score line, we're just going to fold it in half. Alright, now if you use a nice sturdy cardstock, it won't be a problem. All it's going to do is make that paper more supple so that it makes the mechanism of the box open and close easier. You're not going to see this line. So the fact that I'm folding it and scoring it different ways won't make any difference. Alright, so don't worry about it if you're one of the brigade who, you know, nearly has a dicky fit if somebody folds a score line the wrong way. It doesn't matter. Right, so what we need to do now, okay, is we've folded that over, so we've got these small sections here, and these measure 2 1/2 by 1 1/4, I think. Yes, 2 1/2 by 1 1/4, that's right. So what we need to do is we need to find the centre point. So the centre point of 2 1/2 is going to be 1 1/4. Alright, so I'm finding the 1 1/4 line mark, and I'm making an indent now, and I'm going to move along, and I'm just going to keep doing it because that's the easiest way to remember the measurement. Just the halfway mark on this one is 1 1/4. Alright, we're going to do it here as well, 1 1/4. Alright, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go from the indent that we've made, okay, in the centre point of our rectangle, and we're going to do a line going from there and down to the corner of the rectangle, and we're going on a right-handed slant. Alright, so from the indent down to the corner on a right-handed slant. Alright, and we're doing the same on all of them. Sorry if you can hear beeping and goodness knows what, that's my washing machine. It sings as a song when it's finished. Which is always cheerful, you know. I'll sing you a song so that you can come and get the laundry out and go and dry it. Right, so we've got that. Okay, so now we need to... We're going to grab this piece of cardstock, so we've folded that over. We've got 2 panels and then our 1 inch at the top. So we're keeping it folded over. We're going to turn it around so that the slim panel's now on my right. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut each of those 4 panels to release them. So we're cutting down the score line to where it meets that score line on the left hand side of that now as it's facing you. Alright. Alright, we don't need to do that one because there isn't one. And then what you want to do is you want to cut that diagonal away. Alright. So now because we've turned the paper around, we're cutting to the left. Alright. Okay. Like so. And like so. Alright, and then we're going to open it. Now what we're going to do now is on this, what is now the bottom, slim 1 inch section, we're going to release the top rectangle there, small one, and we're going to tab it because that is going to join the box together at the top. Alright, and then this section here, where you've got those 2 with the triangles, we don't need the small sections on the end of there. We don't need a tab for there, so we can just cut that away. Okay, let me just hold it and cut that away. Struggling with these scissors today for some reason. I absolutely love my stamping snips though, they're so sharp and so precise. Right, so then we've got this long, we've got 2 rectangles. So what we want to do is we can cut the bottom one away, we just don't need it. Alright, and then this middle one we're going to notch. And then where you've notched, that shows you that that's where your box will join together. Right, so then we're going to come to the bottom here. We've got these bottom sections. Now the tabs are on our right, okay, and we're just going to cut up each of those score lines to release those flaps, and they're going to make the bottom of our box. Okay, don't forget I'm going to upload another video that explains this process all over again very carefully so that you can understand the principle of how these are made and resize it to any size you want. Alright, because once you understand the basic principles and it kind of clicks in your brain, you can do them whatever size you want. So I'm folding that over, okay, and then those are now going to go inwards. That goes over, they go inwards, and then the rest of it is folded outwards like so. Okay, so I want to put some red line tape on there, and then we're going to need some tape on this tab at the top, but I'm going to wait because I sometimes put it on the wrong way and then I get myself in a tiswas. So let me just construct the box and then remind myself where I need that extra tape because I don't want to mess it up. Alright, so I'm going to release that now. and then I'm going to wrap my box, and as soon as you start wrapping it, look, you'll see that it's forming its rightful shape. Can you see? And all I'm doing is wrapping it, and it's just automatically doing it. It's not complicated. Alright, so what I want to do now is I just want to very carefully line that up. Okay. Alright, so let me just line that up. And I'm just going to leave a small gap. I'm not going to go right up because these do need a little bit of breathing space, these, so that the lid can slide on. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my lid so that it goes on. And then we've got the little tab here, which will slot inside. Alright, now the design of these means you'll have a little tiny bit of a gap of difference, but it's fine, don't worry about it, because it'll get covered up with decoration anyway. So I now know that on the outside of there, that's where I need my tape, so that I'm not making a mistake and sticking it to the base of the box instead of to the other side of the flap, if you know what I mean. Which I've done, you know. I always do it wrong before I get it right, but that's how we learn. So now I'm going to shut it, alright. I'm just going to just trial run my thing there and get it all lined up. Okay, and then I'm going to just put my tab in there. Okay, and like I say, you've got a small bit of an increment difference there. Hold on, that's not very straight. Let me try that again. Because you just need the box to be able to move. Alright, so you've got a very small sliver there of difference. Alright, but don't worry about it. That is quite standard for these boxes. Right, so now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, because I want it to be nice and sturdy, I'm going to blather it with red line tape. And then I've got a very easy way of decorating it for you. You know, the magic is in the design. It's going to impress your guests if you have it on your, you know, your Christmas table, as it were. Let me just stick my finger in there and fasten those down. Okay. Another bit of red line tape on there. Want it nice and sturdy, don't want it coming undone, and also I don't want the bottom being all flappy about it. And that is a technical term for if you don't put enough adhesive on your boxes, then the bottom will like gape and sag. You don't want a saggy bottom. It's the last thing we want, isn't it? Absolutely. So plenty of tape on there to make that bottom nice and firm and sturdy. Right, because you know, you're going to put things in it. You don't want it all gapey and horrible. Alright, so there is our Imposter treat box. Alright, so it opens like so. You put your treats in, okay, and then it slides back on top of itself, and you've got a self-closing lid. So we're just going to decorate it because that little tiny increment there is quite normal because of the design of the box, but it bugs the heck out of my hair. I'm not going to lie to you. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put some tape around. So I'm going to have that seam, what I call the seam, is going to go to the back. Alright, I'm just going to put some red line tape in the middle of there, all the way around. Alright, this is a super easy and quick way of decorating this. Alright, give that a press so that it's on. And then I've pre-cut some DSP panels. Alright, and these measure 1 1/4 by 2 1/4. And what we're going to do, to be frugal, is we're just decorating that small section at the bottom there. Alright, we're not decorating the whole box because it might encumber the opening and closing of it. But before we do that, let's do this here, and we're going to put some pretty ribbon around it. Alright, so starting, where's that seam? So we're going to start here from the middle there. Alright, we're going to wrap that all the way around, pressing it into that tape. And that's giving us a lovely red band all the way around, like so. Trim it off. Okay, and then here is a bow I made earlier, because I haven't got time for bows on camera. No chance, no way, it's not happening. Another small piece of red line tape there, which I'm just going to put across the centre of that ribbon there. Okay, could have got that a little bit straighter, but never mind. Give it a rub so that it's on properly, and then we can remove the backing. Hopefully it'll come off without making me have a mental breakdown. Alright, so I've got my little red satin bow that I made earlier, because I haven't got time for doing that on camera, driving myself bonkers. Alright, and then all I've got to do is press that on there like so. And then I've got these little pieces of DSP here. So I'll just get my glue flowing, and I can glue these on super fast. Now this paper is absolutely beautiful. I've picked the one with, it's like berries and leaves, and the berries are like gold foiled. It's absolutely stunning, and this is from the Most Wonderful Time of the Year paper, which is in the autumn winter catalogue. Absolutely beautiful. Now you could leave that and not even cover the rest if you wanted. You could stamp it, you could do what you want. I'm going to carry on because I think this paper is really pretty, and I think this is going to make a brilliant treat box. And just imagine them lined up on the table. If you've got quite a few guests, you might need to make half a dozen or whatever of these, all lined up on the table. It's just going to look so festive and so beautiful, and everybody's going to be like, wow, did you make these? And then when they lift the lid and see that magic mechanism, you're going to be like the talk of the Christmas table. Unless you've got a family like mine that are just probably just go, oh yeah, pass the gravy. I'm not impressed by my crafting endeavours at all, but not to worry. Oh dear. Let me just make sure that is stuck on that. And I think with that white border there and keeping the lid, you know, you don't decorate the lid obviously. And with the white lid and that lovely Christmas red with just a flash of gold there, it really does look absolutely beautiful. Now you don't need any more than that. You can go and stamp some sentiments if you like. You know, and keep adding, but sometimes less is more, and that's all you need. So there's your beautiful Imposse treat box in beautiful Christmas reds, and it'll open like so, and you put your treats in there. Look at that, it's awesome. Your guests are going to love those. So go and make a batch today, go and have some fun. Thanks for watching, bye.